Hi Winederlusters, and this is a special bonus episode on the Canberra Wine District.
Welcome to the Winederlust podcast. My name's Jeanene and I run a wine events business in Canberra. But my real passion is travel, and my bucket list is to travel to every wine region in the world. In this series, I'll be exploring some regional Aussie wine destinations. I'll give you some tips whether you're planning a romantic getaway, a girls' weekend, or you're dragging the kids along. So pour yourself a glass and let's get exploring.
I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Ngunnawal and Ngambri people, and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Canberra can get a bad rap. It's thought of as boring as it's the fly-in and fly-out workplace for the country's politicians. And it's known for having lots of roundabouts. But it's really a beautiful city with a sophisticated dining scene, lots of museums and cultural institutions, great walking paths and hikes close to the city centre. And one of the best things, I think, is that there is a flourishing wine district right on the doorstep. So this August, I'm hosting my first tour to bring people to this wonderful wine district and city. I'm hosting it with Laura from Van de Vin. You may remember her from my episodes on being a tour guide back in season 5 and talking about Bordeaux as she lived and worked there as a guide. So she is super experienced and lots of fun. We decided to have the tour in winter for a couple of reasons. Canberra is inland, and so while there's a lake, there's no beach. So let's keep our summer holidays for visiting the coast. It's also truffle season, and there are a few truffle farms around, which you can only visit in the winter, and we thought that would be a great addition to the tour. Plus, it's only about 2 hours to the snow, so if you're a ski buddy, drop in on the tour on your way down to the slopes. So it's a very small boutique tour with just 10 spaces. So if you can't make the tour, listen on and hear about how diverse the region is and all the great businesses you can check out when you do come and visit. So of course, being a wine tour, there's going to be wine. The Canberra Wine District was set up just over 50 years ago. Many of the original winemakers were CSIRO scientists. And while there's been lots of new winemakers hitting the scene in the past decade, there are still several who have been here since the 80s and 90s. Canberra's elevation is about 600 metres, so it's a cool climate region. Summers can have really hot, long days with cool evenings, which is really great for ripening grapes. The region is famous for its crisp citrus and floral Rieslings and the Shiraz Viognier blend, which is known for being super soft, smooth, with hints of beautiful white pepper through it, an inspiration from the Rhone Valley. There are over 40 cellar doors across the district, and on this tour we'll visit at least 4 of them. We'll be enjoying a hearty lunch at Surveyor Hill, and I spoke with
Hi Glenys, thank you very much for your time. We were at the beautiful Surveyor Hill. This is going to be the place that we're coming to on the tour for a beautiful hearty lunch. So Glenys, can you tell us a little bit about Surveyor Hill?
Yes, we're about to celebrate our 30th anniversary.
Oh, fantastic.
So we've been here what feels like a short time, but actually a very, very long time. We're a small family-run business and we specialise in food that is accompanied by wine. Our vineyards are fairly eclectic. We have a wide variety of wines on offer for people for tasting, ranging from the traditional Riesling that the district is so well known for, through to Viognier and Massan and Moscato. And then in our reds we have of course the traditional Shiraz, but we do specialise in Spanish blends.
Oh, fantastic. Moscato, that's a little bit interesting for the Canberra region.
It's brand new.
Oh, fantastic.
This is our first year of releasing our Moscato. We planted it about 6 years ago and we finally picked it last year.
And it's tasting well?
It is. It's not your traditional sweet Moscato.
Great.
So people will find it quite interesting.
That
good fruity palate.
So interesting. I'm looking forward to trying some of that. And come along in August and we hope to see you there. Cheers. Thanks, Glenys.
Thank you. Hope to see you.
Another cellar door we're visiting is McKellar Ridge. I spoke to John and Marina way back in episode 3. So they've now been at McKellar Ridge for over 9 years and they are really kicking goals. Their cellar door was recognised on the Real Review Best Wineries in Australia for 2026 and their 2024 Estate Shiraz Viognier has won 2 gold medals. This is a little from my previous chat with them.
It's difficult when you're in earning a good income in a well-paid job. It's difficult to just suddenly give up on that and start something completely new. But that's in fact what we did only a few years ago. We felt like stepping off a cliff, but it's really paid off.
We really felt that we had to follow our dreams, and we thought the plan B could always be to go back to our day job, but we certainly will never go back to plan B because we absolutely love everything about the wine industry, the creative side, the people in the industry making the wine, growing the grapes. Every part of it is just makes you feel ready to jump out of bed every morning and get into it. It's hard work, but we just absolutely love it, and we love meeting people when they come out to the cellar door and the winery as well, and sharing our passion with them.
In addition to wine, we have some other great activities. We'll be visiting the wonderful couple, Chef Christophe and his wife Josephine, at their truffle farm. And here's a little bit of what you'll be expecting.
Got a truffle farm where I planted the trees 20 years ago. That's a black melanosporum, so that's the black Périgord truffle, la truffe de Périgord. And the season will start probably early June. I like this season. So I invite people to come here. We're going to find the truffle with our truffle dog, with Largo, which is an amazing dog. That's a border collie. Okay, and we cook together outside on a pit outside. Okay, beautiful brouillade, etc. I will explain them the history of the truffle and all the different ways to preserve, etc., etc.
That sounds really fun. We'll briefly detour from wine for some gin and liqueur tasting. And here's my chat with Renee from Everyday Legacy about this. Hi Renee, welcome to the Winederlust podcast. Now you and David, your partner, run Everyday Legacy. Can you tell us about Everyday Legacy?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me. We are Everyday Legacy Craft Distillery. We're based out here in Queanbeyan. We're a distillery that has a little bit of a honey focus on our products. And we make small batch gins and liqueurs at the moment. We're heading towards dark spirits.
Hi Renee, welcome to the Winederlust podcast.
Just at the beginning of our distilling journey.
Oh, that's so cool. And you said that you sold your first bottle in November, so you're really the start of the journey. That's exciting, but it's going well for you.
Yeah. We've been so lucky to be supported by Spirits Sivia, and they have linked us with people and programs and things that we can learn from and be included with to help us find our space in the market, which has been really encompassing and really enjoyable. That we've just been welcomed with open arms to this industry, and there is a huge understanding that by growing the industry, we're making it better for everyone. So they're really pleased to have the new kids on the block, and we've really found our space in there through their guidance.
That's so good. So you've got a honey focus. How did that come about?
Yeah, great. So David's uncle was a mead maker.
Oh, wow.
Which is how our still, Jeremiah, was
yes.
to us. So he was a mead maker and see what was in that space to be made. There's not much in Australia in that space. Unfortunately, he had Parkinson's and it all got a little bit too much for him. So he handed over and offered us the still, which we took up with sort of open arms and thought,
I love the story about the mead and everything.
Oh,
that's
thank
so
you.
Great.
Yeah. It was a bit of a
emotional,
really emotional for us, and that kind of handing over of the torch that I'm not able, but will you carry this forward? So I guess for us, Everyday Legacy, the name comes from a really special place. That we come from a family that uses the special teacups, and you have things are for using, they're not for collecting dust in the cupboard. And so we really wanted to make products that were approachable and enjoyable, that celebrated those casual Tuesdays, that created this space that you can hold for each other and celebrate even just the normal things, because the small moments become the big ones, and that was so really important for us in capturing that in our brand, but also being able to be a brand and live that space where our identity is so linked to what we're we're doing. And our logo, the center of our logo is the end of a casuarina nut, which comes from David's family. David's grandfather was a forestry worker and had casuarinas planted in his backyard. So we've always grown up around nature, around Australian spaces, and want to try and incorporate some of that Australian ingredient into what we're doing as well.
And you do monthly events. I know that you have a background as an artist, so people coming along on the tour, can you tell us what sort of event they can expect?
Yeah, so I've got a visual arts background and I'm a visual arts teacher, and we wanted to include that as part of our distilling process and journey, that teaching is not something that I was ready to leave behind, but something that we wanted to incorporate. So part of our events is finding connection through creativity, which is very much the way that we develop our products. We want to link them to an emotion or a feeling, a place, and then being able to bring people along on that journey and then have them make something with their hands while connecting over our stories was really important.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Thank you so much.
We'll also pop by Murrumbateman Chocolate Company, and everyone on tour will get to select a specialty chocolate to take home with them. And owner and chocolatier Yasmin has some amazing flavours, and all of them look so pretty with fruit and flowers pressed into them. It's going to be a hard choice. The tour will finish with a lake cruise. We'll have morning tea and enjoy Altina Drinks, who make premium non-alcoholic wines for those driving back to their home city after. Owner Charmaine is going to tell us a little bit more about her boat, the Cygnet, and what you can expect.
The Cygnet was built in 1997 and converted to electric in 2002, being one of the first electric boats on Lake Burley Griffin. It can hold up to 10 people plus a skipper and will cruise around the lake, seeing highlights such as the Parliament House, the War Memorial, the National Museum of Australia, Telstra Tower, Mount Ainslie, the Carillion, and lots more. We look forward to welcoming you on board soon.
You may also be interested in where you'll be staying. The Deco Hotel is 4 stars. It's located in the popular suburb of Braddon, next to the city. It's a short stroll or 1 tram stop away from the famous Lonsdale Street, which is full of bars and restaurants with cuisines from all over the world, plus Canberra's famous Bespoke Brewery. This is just a little snapshot of a couple of things that we'll be seeing and doing on the tour. As this is our first tour, we've got a special price, $14.95 twin and $17.50 single. And if you're a local and don't need the accommodation, we can sort you out too. Check out the website for all the information. So bring your girlfriends, bring your guy friends, your partner, or come on your own. Everyone is welcome. And if you can't make the tour, come and visit Canberra anyway. Our nation's capital really is a wonderful city to visit. Until next time, happy wine travels.
Thank you so much for listening. You can subscribe now to get each episode as they drop. You can also check out this podcast on YouTube and see pictures of the region and the people I've spoken to. Go to winedelust.au, that's winederlust.au for everything discussed today. You can also subscribe to my newsletter to hear all about my upcoming events and other news. Till next time, happy wine travels.